The girl suddenly realized with terror that she had just let a murderer go free. Realizing that something was terribly wrong, Annie quickly drove to the airport. Sure enough, the plane hadn't taken off, and the pilot was lying in a pool of blood. This sent Annie into a panic. Fearing for her mother's life, Annie rushed back home, calling her mother on the way. But the call went unanswered. When she arrived, her mother was nowhere to be found. As Annie searched frantically, she noticed a light coming from the cellar in the backyard. Suspecting something was amiss, Annie grabbed a pistol and headed for the cellar. Sure enough, her mother lay unconscious on the floor. Just as Annie froze in fear, the old man suddenly appeared at the entrance, then flipped the cellar's circuit breaker. The next second, the cellar was plunged into darkness. Fortunately, Annie turned on her flashlight in time. However, what she didn't know was that the old man had lived in that cellar for 30 years and was completely adapted to living without light. He quickly ambushed her in the dark. When Annie opened her eyes again, she was bound tightly with chains. Only then did he cease hiding the truth, revealing the entire story to her. It turned out that he had been in love with her mother 30 years ago. One night he drugged her and finally slept with her as he desired. Unexpectedly, her wealthy father found out. Just as the millionaire was about to take him to the police, he accidentally hit a pedestrian with his car. Initially, the pedestrian wasn't dead, but he got out of the car and snapped his neck. Just as they were burying the body in the mountains, the millionaire attacked him from behind and imprisoned him alive in the cellar for 30 years. Then the old man dropped another bombshell. The reason the millionaire hadn't left Annie any inheritance was because he wasn't her real father. The old man was Anne's true father. Upon learning the truth, Annie completely broke down. She gouged out the old man's eyes, but that only earned her a heavy punch. Just as Annie thought she was going to die, a gunshot suddenly rang out from behind her. Her unconscious mother had woken up and shot the lying devil dead. At the end of the story, the mother and daughter doused the cellar in gasoline and burned all their sins to the ground, and so the film concludes.